Internet! Today is a momentous occasion. Oh my god, the Wolverine comic came out. Oh my god, yes! Yes! Woohoo! I am so excited. I'm so excited. Like the most excited ever. Alright, so, I am excited. So, as you can see, okay, this is a lot. I'm going to take it out of its nice little casing for you. No, Mr. Tape. Oh my god, no, this is dangerous. Oh my god. Okay. Whew! That was a close call. So, I have with me The Hunt for Wolverine. No, this is not the original cover. It is a variant. I'm pretty sure it's the last variant they had at my comic book store. Shout out to Beyond Comics, because they're awesome. But this is The Hunt for Wolverine. I have been waiting for this since he died. Since, they announced that he was gonna die. Since he lost his powers and I was sure he was gonna die. I've waited for him to come back since before he was gone. So let's talk about it. I got this the day it came out, which was Wednesday the 25th, April 25th. I don't know what day this is, because I don't know when I'm uploading this video. But, this was so exciting. I haven't been to a comic book store since he died, because we talked about this. We talked about how if a character dies in a show, I stop watching. Well, if Logan dies, I stop reading comics. Okay? I have been, getting comics and reading them, but I personally have not bought them. So, I've been up to date with, Old Man Logan, Weapon X, all that fun stuff, but I have not personally gone to buy them myself. So, this was a moment. I almost cried multiple times because I have a problem. But it was exciting because going to a comic book store, for those of you who read comics, which I'm sure most of you do since you're watching this video, going to a comic book store is not just, I'm going to it's like a thing, it's a living, breathing thing. People like going there. You end up getting to know the shop owners. It smells like home. I like going in there. I felt so nostalgic and so happy. I found so many old comics. So they were selling a lot of graphic novels with the original 90s and 70s, the original X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, New X-Men, all that fun stuff. And I was just really, really excited. I wanted to buy all of it. I couldn't. I'm poor. But I bought him because I got the original. And then as we were checking out, I saw the variant behind the counter. And I was like, I need that. Hello? Yes? Me? Can I have that? I want that. Thank you. So, I got him. I'm so excited. It was worth the extra $10 because variants are usually $15 versus the comic being $5. It's 40 pages. It's snazzy. The artwork is great. Spoilers ahead. I'm going to be talking about it. Okay. So I'm so sorry. If you have not read it, don't watch the video. Go read it. It's worth it. It's good. You don't have to buy the $15 variant. You can buy the $5 Nova version. Okay. It's 40 pages, man. 40 pages. That's double the amount of pages. Yes. I also snagged, before we get into the Logan-ness, I snagged me a wonderful poster because, see, if you know me, which some of you might, for me, when I would go to the comic book store, I would always get, a poster. And so, I can't open this. I just want my poster. Okay. This is a lot less impressive than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I got me this snazzy poster to commemorate the revival of the Logan. This is not the poster I wanted, oh my god. This is a different poster. It's okay, next weekend is free comic book day and I will go buy another comic book. So the poster was not this Avengers. Logan better be on it. He's not. I'm triggered. Oh my god! Okay, I'm handing this to you, Matt. This is your poster now. You're welcome. Happy birthday.
My birthday is in November.
Happy late birthday!
It's April.
Okay. I had a that moment, I had a bit set up with the poster. And I should have. So, I had a feeling. Beyond Comics, why you betray me? Okay. Oh my god. I had a feeling. Oh my god. I had a feeling that when I picked up that thing, I was like, I should check it out. But like, I can't unwrap it. I haven't paid for it. You know how tightly that was wound up? Like, I couldn't see the picture. It's okay. You're going back. Sunday the 5th. Saturday the 5th. Pre-comic book day. You're going back. Okay, so, before I start to cry, moving on. I didn't get a poster, apparently. That got a poster. It's a cool Avengers poster. Go see Infinity Wars tomorrow, which is for me is Friday, because today is Thursday. The day after. Okay. It's Matt's poster now. You're welcome. I'm donating it to your house.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Gosh. It's okay. I just grabbed the wrong one. It's no one's fault but mine. So, right, Logan? Okay. So, back to the happy joyness that is the hunt for Wolverine. My general opinion, I loved it. I am so happy. As I said in my first Wolverine video, I was really worried. I was really concerned that Mr. Logan was not going to get treated with the respect he needed. But they gave him nothing but in this comic book. So let's go through it a little bit. It starts off being like, oh, he died, but like it was only a matter of time before things changed. And I was like, hell yeah, bro. And the Reavers show up, and I was like, what, Pierce, with the Reavers? What are you doing here? You leave Logan alone. So they're looking for his body, tomb, metal, skeleton, adamantium, what nonsense. Again, spoilers do not continue on from this point unless you've read it, because there's going to be hella spoilers ahead. So, the Reavers are looking for the Logan body because just by itself, Logan's corpse is like worth a bajillion million whatevers. I don't know who's buying just Logan's corpse, but I mean, I don't know. Who wouldn't? I'd buy it. That's me. I'm the person buying it because I'm going to revive him. Spoilers! I'm the person who brought Logan back. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. What was I talking about? The comic. So, the Reavers are looking for Logan's body, which is in the cabin that the X-Men set up. The X-Men show up, Kitty Pryde, like, you know, X-Men Gold Team, basically. They show up, well, the old Gold Team, because the new Gold Team is Bobby's not there. Whatever. Read it, figure out who's exactly on the team. It wasn't mattering to me right now. What matters to me is that they beat up the guys, but Pierce and his Reavers, like, open up the metal casing so that you see it looks like, you know, like it did in the Legacy? No, yeah. Marvel Legacy. So, like, that's what it looks like. And that explains how it got ripped open. The freaking Reavers did it with their molecules, whatever nonsense. But there is no Logan inside. Surprise! There's no Logan. So they get, like, shocked, and then they get put into prison. And they reveal to you in the comic, so one of the things in the comic is they go, like, in and out of, like, the time. It's a little strange, but it's fine. It's understandable. So the next thing that they do in this comic is they show you why Logan's body's not in there, and basically it's what every fan thought was going to happen. Kitty Pryde pulled Logan out of the adamantium, which was really, really beautiful. And there's one panel that is absolutely beautiful that, like, moved my heart, where it's just Kitty's hands pulling Logan's out of the it was so okay. It was beautiful. I am very moved by it. So they managed to get him out, but okay, before this beautiful moment, they talk about, like, how people went to go visit Logan, and Doctor Strange is like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have helped him. I really wanted to. Because, like, at the end, I mentioned this. Like, Logan was about to get, like, potentially cured because Doctor Strange and Beast were, like, looking into it. And then he died. So Strange is like, man, I wish I, like, would have figured it out faster. I wish, like, I would have been more empathetic with, like, the situation Logan was in. And then Scott, being the douche nozzle he is like, oh, it's not your fault. Logan just never listened to people. And literally, like, Storm is immediately like, dude, this is his tomb. Do you have to be... In his tomb, you have to be a dingus. At his tomb, you have to be a fucking asshole. At his tomb, Scott, what is your fucking problem? Be respectful to the man. Like, what the hell? Like, Logan hated you, but he mildly respected you. In fact, there's a comic where Logan doesn't have his powers. You're a fucktard. And Logan, like, sits with you and you talk about Jean and, like, you both, like, clink some beers together. Clearly there's, like, a mutual respect thing going on. Why can't you respect his tomb, you asshole? Sorry. Like, I don't understand people who defend Scott. Old Scott is fine. 90s Scott is fine. Scott before the freaking Utopia is fine. Once Utopia happened, Scott got awful. Like, really, really awful. And then after, you know, the Avengers vs. X-Men, the Phoenix Force thing, and he became the Phoenix 5, after that, him. Scott. I'm sorry for my language in this video, but I like Scott. Like, I don't. Stupid. I don't Scott. I think he's awful, and I want him to get by the universe, which he does, because he dies. Spoilers! I'm just very emotional about this, and I hate him a lot because he has like no respect for him, like no respect whatsoever. And then Storm's like, "Gosh, man, we're at his tomb. Maybe you should respect the man." I'm sorry, I'm like probably peeking the mic. And then Storm is like that, and he's like, "Well, I don't know, man. Like he died hating me, and I hated him, and I guess like we just hated each other." I'm like, "That's not a reason for you to be a dick." Also, Logan didn't hate you. Logan was just so frustrated that you were such an idiot when you had so much potential, and you were supposed to be the best of the X-Men, and you became the worst mutant kind had to offer. I'm so happy you died. People who like Scott, like modern Scott, like Scott who died. Like Scott in the red suit with the X's and the black and red. Like, why do you like him? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. He's a hypocrite, he's an asshole, and he's insensitive. Moving on. We're not here to talk about we're here to talk about Logan. So, let's talk about Logan. There's a tender moment with Kitty where they pull him out because Storm's like, "This doesn't feel right. He shouldn't be just like left here to be a thing. Let's give him a proper burial." And they're like, "Well, no, man, it's animated. I don't know what to do." And then they're like, "Oh, Kitty." So they get Kitty. Kitty works really, really hard to pull him out. She says it's one of the most hardest phases she's ever done, besides like the bullet, which was insane. So there you have it. And she gets him out. They bury him. They have a funeral. There's a beautiful, beautiful moment with Jubilee at his tomb. Well, at his like, not his tomb, at like his burial. Oh, she's just like, I'll show you like an actual image, like just all over the whole screen. Just this image, because this image is beautiful. I definitely cried when I read that bit. It's just sad. It's just sad. And it's what I wanted. Like, when he actually died, it just felt like, okay, he's dead. Like, it didn't feel right for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't read all of the comics after he died. Because he died. And I was, like, upset and triggered. But it didn't, like, I don't remember there being a ceremony or a funeral or anything. Like, this was the actually first closure I had with Logan dying. And it's in the comic that they explain how he came back. Like, that's stupid. That's a little insane. Alright, so anyway, we talk about Logan, they figure it out, and, you know, things move on. And they find out, Kitty, like, is talking to him at his grave, and she's like, "Oh shit, he's not here." And she, like, feels for him, and he's like, "Oh shit, he's not there." And they don't know where he is. They have no idea where he is. And they're like, "What the... What's going on?" So they start, like, talking to people, Tony Stark. They basically set up the whole, like, other issues that are coming out through the rest of the month. You know, these guys. They basically set that up for a bit. And they talk to everyone. They're like, "Well, where is he? What is he doing? Is he alive? Is he dead? What are people... Who took him? Blah, blah, blah." And then they show Logan doing this bit. This was strange to me because I was like, huh? What's with the black suit? I mean... Good job with the blue eyes. Good job. not everyone draws him with blue eyes, and it's a problem. Anyway, what's with the black suit? Who is this guy he's murdering? Who is that person saying enough? Like, whose hand is that? Who are you? Who is that? The first person that came to mind, strangely to me, is, for those of you, like, Logan fans, do you remember who Melissa Gardner, that's probably not how you spell her, like, pronounce her name, but that's how I always pronounce it. Melita? Something like that. I pronounce it Militia. Gardner, his girlfriend, that one reporter chick that he started dating after, like, he got his brain jacked up by that crazy doctor man at that insane asylum. In the Wolverine Weapon X series that came out in 2010, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, like, that girlfriend that he had. Because they never really got actual proper closure either. It was more of Logan, like, saw her and then didn't remember who she was again after, like, a whole thing after they broke up. And then, okay, bye. Like, she left. Like, and we never heard from her. So that's, like, the first person that came to mind. But it's mostly because she, like, was dark-skinned and it's a dark-skinned feminine hand. And I don't, like, know anyone else that, like... That was the first person that came to mind. Because I don't remember anyone else that would, like, have that contact with Logan. But I'm pretty sure it's not her. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just somebody else that we've never met before, hopefully. I mean, it'd be a cool twist if it was Militia. I never really liked her anyway. But she was one of Logan's girlfriends that I was like, man, Logan, you're getting, like, lonely. Like, this feels like you're just really lonely. Like, it was silly. It was very silly. It didn't feel like Logan loved her. It felt like Logan was like, you know what? Yeah, I need a girlfriend. I'm gonna get a girlfriend. I need, like, emotional support. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel like Logan was in love with her. Because when they broke up, Logan was just like... drat. You know? And he, like, left it at that. If you don't know their breakup, it was pretty horrific. Logan was being manipulated by Mystique and the Hand? I believe it was. I think it was the Hand. The Red Ninja? Yeah, I think it was the Hand. They were using some weird incensey smoke, whatever, to make Logan, like, panic and think he was back in hell and, like, murdering his kids and, like, all that fun stuff. And he was having a, like, moment. And then Mystique turned into Yukio and they, like, hooked up and she took pictures of it and sent it to Militia. And then Militia was like, we're done. And I was like, wow, Militia, like, you know Logan's a superhero and he, like, has problems with villains and, like, this must have meant something. Why would he send you those? I don't know if she, like, used his phone to send them or used a different phone to send them. Either way, Militia never, like, let him explain himself, which I found really obnoxious. Because if I was Logan's girlfriend, I would let him explain himself. I mean, I'd be pissed, like, don't get me wrong. But I'd be like, explain. And then, like, maybe we'd work it out. Maybe we wouldn't. But, like, I'd let him try and explain. So anyway, I'm sorry. That bothered me. And Logan never, like, went after her. Like, if that had been Marco, Logan would be like, no, wait, please, explanation. Just like when he and Marco actually broke up at his wedding because, like, she was mind controlled. He was like, I'm not taking this as an answer. You just said, no, you're not worthy. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Explain to me, because he loved her and he was fighting for their love. So I personally don't think he loved Militia. This is a stupid tangent. But back to the comic. You see Logan murdering a guy. I don't know who it was. It didn't look like anybody important. As far as, like, I could see, it just looked like some guy, you know, and he's in a weird black suit that I've never seen him in before. He looks like it reminds me of, like, when they super soldier him, or when, like, Weapon X takes control of him, like, because she, like, says enough, and he, like, retracts his claws and, like, calms down, you know? It felt like he's under someone's control, but that doesn't make any sense with the timeline, and I'll get to that. So anyway, they show that, then they show, like, one of my favorite moments in the comic, like, altogether, which is Logan in, like, his prison, I guess, like, sitting there frustrated, and, like, he snakes the claws out, and then he, like, retracts the claws. And, like, if you know Logan the way I know Logan, I feel like I know him pretty dang well. This is him being, like, frustrated, confused. He's trying to, like, find purpose or meaning within himself. Like, he's trying to, like, do something. Logan doesn't pop and retract his claws, and it looks like it's repeated over and over again because there's a lot of blood there. For no reason. Like, he doesn't just, like, oh, pop. No, like, usually Logan does that when he's, like, self-loathing, when something bad's going on, when he's trying to reflect, when he doesn't really remember everything about who he is, which would suck because he got his memories back and he worked so hard for that. And it would suck if he didn't have them, but like I'm kind of okay with it. So anyway, I don't know what that is. I really like it because it's a good way of like showing his emotions without showing his face because they make a point not to. I like it that it's up to interpretation, which I just explained mine. But I also like don't get it. I also don't know if the blood everywhere means that he still doesn't have his healing factor, which I would hope that he did because like I want him to have his powers back. But if he doesn't, then like maybe there's a way to get them back. I don't know. It's very strange, and we'll get to that in a second. So the comic basically ends with wrapping up loose ends of like, it explains how Logan got out of the shell. It was with Kitty. It explains why the shell was busted open. That was the Reavers. It even explains the whole Jean. Remember I mentioned this in my first video where like Jean is like, oh, welcome back, old friend. And I was like, why you don't tell nobody? Why you don't tell nobody? What do you mean, old friend? You guys aren't friends. Yeah, it explains that bit. Okay, so my rant was unjustified. She doesn't tell anybody because they all already know. So that's fair. So like they show like the welcome back. She doesn't say old friend in this version though. And I think it's because it was unnecessary in the original. The reason she's there is because the rest of the team, like Kitty, so the ex-ladies, Kitty, Jubilee, Psylocke, Rogue, all of Logan's like ex-ladies, they all go to Mandrapore to find Logan. Like that's one of the mystery in Mandrapore. That's this one. Storm, there too. Obviously, because they had a fling. Ooh. Domino's there too. That's exciting. Anyway, they all go and young Jean is with them. And young Jean is like, oh, I want to go. And they're like, no, you stay here. You got your X-Men Blue team to worry about. You got your stuff going on. Like, nah, you're fine. And she's like, okay, I get it. Like, you guys are like actually know Logan and I barely spoke to him. And I'm like, yeah, barely spoke to him. And then she's like, it's like not me, it's old Jean and whatever. And so then she's like, okay. And she walks into the like cabin because that's where they are. And she says, welcome back. Oh, and she tells them, I think you'll find him alive. And they're like, how do you know? And she's like, oh, telepath. And I'm like, it's not like you already have Psylocke, who's an actual telepath and has a mind link with Logan on the team. So like, part of me thinks that the reason young Jean was able to sense that Logan was alive is because she was going to get connected to the Phoenix recently, like shortly after. Thus, like real Jean's getting revived and real Jean and Logan have a connection. Like that's the only like feasible thing that goes in my head. But yeah, so, and that's how it ends. And it resolves that question. Things that it doesn't resolve or like actually confused me are the timelines. Because when you see Logan doing the murder bit, it says now, like right now, like currently now. And I'm like, okay, but when is currently now? Because all this stuff, like Jean looking at Logan's tomb, that was in October. That was months ago. That was before the Phoenix got revived. That was before, Jean got revived, not the Phoenix. It was before Jean got revived. It's before Jubilee turned, like, back into a not vampire. Like, turned back from being a vampire, got her powers back. Like, it was before all of that. That happened first because it kicked off a lot of stuff that happened later. So, like, what? And in that same comic, when Jean says, so exactly at this moment, when Jean's saying, welcome back, Logan is immediately at the same time getting the blue gem. The soul gem, the space gem. The infinity gem, stone, whatever. Infinity stones. That's when Logan's getting it at the same time because that's when it happened in the comic. But if he's doing that, then why is he with these people in this outfit? Like, Logan getting the stone seemed pretty Logan to me. Like, he seemed pretty normal, in control Logan. Why was he getting the stone? Like, the timeline is confusing. Also, in this comic, Mystery in Mandrapore, Jubilee, you can see Jubilee has her powers. So, she's not a vampire anymore. So, what, did they wait, like, 2 months to go look for him? Because she was a vampire when Logan was announced back? Like, the timeline is strange. I don't get it. I'm also frustrated when it comes to Logan and, like, the Space Stone, because he had it only to just give it up to Black Widow in the first Infinity comic. Which he's on the cover of, but isn't actually in, which is stupid. I think he's on the cover of it. I'm pretty sure he's on the cover of it. He's on the cover of it, he's not actually in it, and he just gives his stone to Black Widow. Like, why did you have Logan grab the stone? It didn't revive him, it didn't have anything to do with him. Like, what? I feel like the Marvel Legacy comic, if it had never happened, and like the whole Wolverine running around with the stone never happened, this would make so much sense. This would be perfect. But it did happen, and so I'm very confused because the timeline doesn't seem to add up. Because Logan with the stone seemed very normal, in control. I'm gonna go have like a vacation and drink some beers, Logan. Whereas this Logan looks like he's having a really tough time about it, and he's like not in control. Like someone else is pulling the strings, obviously. So that's my confusion. Hopefully they'll get answered, because like more questions than I thought were gonna get answers got answers in this. So hopefully that'll get answered in these like upcoming comics the next few months, and I will probably make a video about it once the first issue of each comes out at the end of the month. I won't do one like for each week, because then that's all I'm going to be uploading about for the next month. So I'll wait until they all come out, and then I'll do one big like review, I guess. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I really liked it. It answered a lot of my questions. It confused me with the timeline, but that's the only thing that like actually bothered me, and I'm hoping they'll get answered. I'm worried that Marvel's just going to pretend the whole legacy bit didn't happen with the Soul Stone, because now Black Widow has it, and if they do, I guess the whole fandom is supposed to, and I'm kind of okay with that, because this makes more sense, and I like this better than anything to do with the Soul Stone, because it was insignificant and stupid. But like, he was in the whole Prime Infinity comic, so I don't know. It feels like there's two Logans running around. Like, actual Logan, and then, like, Logan's soul, which has the space stone. Like, it's very weird. Also, he was blue. Like, it's weird. It's weird. So, I hope they answer it in one of these. There's 4 different issues. Like, find a way to explain this to me. And I'm excited that he's back. I'm really excited. I'm hoping he stays back. I don't want these 4 to finish and then to be like, alright, back to the grave with you, Logan. Like, I want him to stay. So, yeah. What did you think? If you read it, what did you think about it? If you didn't read it, why did you watch this video to the very end? I told you not to. And comment down below how you feel about Logan, how you feel about the revival, or Scott, or anything. And maybe how you feel about me not getting my poster. Maybe about that. Because I feel very triggered. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye! Turn